Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Good to have you with us this morning. Hey, you made it through another work week. Almost vacation time here at HCC. We're going to be off a couple days next week. Some of us taking the full week off, but good to have you with us to wrap up your work week. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we've got your HCC news and information for the next half hour and some very special guests. It's Film Friday, and it's also Apprenticeship Week. We'll be talking about both of those subjects. My co-host, two of them to this morning, co-hosts, I should say, Dr. Tony Reyes-Sutherland and Carolina Linares. Good to see you both with us. Tony, beautiful outside.
Yes, it is. And boss, you're going to take off all week next week, right? So then I get to hold the fort down. Ooh, oh no.
Yeah, you will hold the fort down. So you'll be here next few days before we go on short break. HCC will be closed Thursday and Friday of next week. So keep that in mind for the Thanksgiving break. So we'll have that. Hey, before we get to you, I want to check in with Carolina because we haven't seen her in like ages. Carolina, how are you? It's been what, 3-4 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I missed this Up to the Minute show, so I'm so glad you guys invited me again.
We're glad to have you with us. All right, we're going to check in with you in a little while. Tony, you know, we are back on HCCTV. You can watch us at noon and 5 p.m. if you don't catch the live version of the show on Facebook and YouTube. And speaking of social media, make sure you follow us, share us, like us across social media.
Absolutely. Just look for, and I'm not going to say absolutely ever again.
Okay. All right.
Try calling me to it. I will see. We'll try.
We'll hold on to that. We'll check in with you later in the show and see if that's okay. All right.
Look for Houston Community College District, not just HCC, but Houston Community College District on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. And follow us and
absolutely. There you go. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. You said it again. There you go. All right, Tony, we'll check in with you and Carolina in a little while. You're going to be interviewing this next guest. It is Apprenticeship Week, and we've got Juliette Manning, the Apprenticeship Navigator Coordinator with HCC, and she's with the Digital and Information Technology Center of Excellence. Good morning to you, Juliette.
Good morning. Thank you all for having me, and happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday to you as well. I hear you guys got a grant, I believe we're going to talk about and how that can benefit our students.
Yes, I can't wait to tell everybody. Outstanding opportunity.
All right, it's exciting. So stick around. Tony will be with you in about 10 minutes. Hey, it is Film Friday, and we've got a special guest, Sara Gaston. She is an actor and founder of Sara Gaston Studio. Good morning to you, Sara. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We are good. Thanks for being here for Film Friday. I know our students will get a lot out of this. You are doing advanced scene study classes. We'll get to that in a second, but let's talk a little bit about your background as an actor.
Okay, yeah. Well, I started out as an actor in high school and went on to major in theater in college, and then had no idea how to find a job. So I got sucked into working for an insurance company for about 6 years, and then I got laid off, and I was like, oh, this is the universe's way of telling me, something, and went back to acting and never looked back. So, yeah.
And how long have you had your own studio and been full time into teaching acting?
Golly, well, I'm still a working actor, so it's a combination of coaching and acting. I've been teaching since 2007, and
okay.
I guess I started teaching on my own around 2013. I'd have to look at that timeline. I'm not really
sure.
We
aren't going. There's not going to be a pop quiz at the end of the show, so
okay.
We're good. We're good with that. Yeah, we're good with that. Tell us a bit about. So you're an acting coach. How do you hear so much? I saw one of the most interesting interviews I've ever seen in my life on the internet the other day, and it was an interview with Sean Penn.
Uh-huh.
And what they did is it was like a 20-minute interview. I actually watched the whole thing. It was brilliant. But what they talked to him about his most iconic roles in the biggest movies he's been with, starting off when he played Jeff Spicoli in, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And he talked about that when he based on a real character. Some actors he was portraying who are real life people. And he talked about the method. And I found it fascinating because one of his roles, he actually went to Louisiana for about 2 or 3 months to learn the language of the people there, the accents, before he did the role itself. How do you, what's your style with coaching? Do you do the method acting, or what's your style and uniqueness?
So I've learned a lot of different styles, and I have found as an actor that not everything's a nail, so you don't always need a hammer. So the way I approach students is I'm giving you a tool. Yeah. And this tool is going to apply in some situations. It's not going to apply in other situations. So, there is some method approach. There is some Stella Adler, some Uta Hagen, some Harold Guskin, some Lee Strasberg. There's a little bit of all sort of our 20th century masters, but it kind of depends on the material, and it depends on the individual student. Everyone gets access in different ways. So I kind of work, if I'm working one-on-one, it's to figure out what's going to work with this person. If I'm working in a group, I say, well, this is the tool that we're going to work on for the next 4 weeks. So.
One of the trends I see in the film industry now, biopics seem to be the thing once again, and my wife and I had this discussion the other day, but we were talking about actors, and she went to go see the new Princess Diana movie. She didn't like the movie, but she said the acting was incredible. And she goes, I can't remember the name of the actress, well-known actress, played Princess Di. And she said, she really deserves the Oscar. And I said, well, I'm going to disagree with you. I know Rami Malek a few years ago won because he played Freddie Mercury. But at least to me, looking at it from the outside in, it seems easy to play someone who is a real life person because you can watch them, you can study them, you can see their dialect, how they talk. But when you create that original character, like a Sling Blade or something like that, you really ingrain yourself and you make it your own. What's your thought on that those styles of acting?
Oh, God, what a fantastic question. I think, speaking specifically of Rami Malek, I think his triumph is that there are many, many other actors who look a lot more like Freddie Mercury. Yeah. But he managed to get the essence, right? So I think that's his triumph. And I hear what you're saying about, you're able to kind of mimic. That's actually a lot harder than one might think. But, at the end of the day, all you're bringing is a piece of yourself to life, right? And you're going to morph it into a character like the Sling Blade character, or you're going to morph it into a piece of, Princess Diana. But I think ultimately what every contemporary actor needs to be after is, are you doing something truthful that people can identify with? Right. And both of those actors did something that people connected with. Rami Malek, was incredible playing Freddie Mercury, but you had a body of work to work on. Sure. Let me ask you this. Tell us about your scene study class. What does that entail, and how can students sign up for that? Well, they can sign up by going to my website, which is saragaston.com, no H. And so I have an ongoing Tuesday night class. It's every Tuesday. We've been doing it for years, and it's to give people like a really consistent workout. And I go through modules where we will work on a particular sort of focus, and then it changes. And so right now we're doing scene study, because a lot of times when you're given an audition piece, you have a couple of days to work on it and you've got to pull out a performance, but it doesn't offer a deep dive. And so what we're doing right now in terms of scene study is I give the scripts ahead of time, and we work on them for 2 weeks. And it really is an opportunity for actors to spend some more time really trying to develop and understand a character versus just throwing something together to get on tape to send to an agent.
let me ask you, we've been featuring Jenny Waldo on our show for the past several weeks, and she just screened her film Acid Test, I believe, at the, was it Rice this past week? Yeah. You played a role in that. Tell us about your involvement in the project.
I got to see it Monday night. It was part of the Houston Cinema Arts Festival, and I was really excited because sometimes you go to a screening and you're just kind of sitting through it to like, where's my part? Full transparency. But I was engaged from the moment the film started. So I just thought Jenny did such a fantastic job. I mean, everybody in it did a fantastic job. But, it's semi-autobiographical. And the character I play is Ms. Scattergood. And she is a mentor to the main character, Jenny. And she basically guides her and gives her permission to explore self-discovery rather than sort of just giving into what, parents and society tells her she ought to be. So
was that obviously the movie was based, I believe, on Jenny's early life. So was that a real character that you were playing? And did you get a chance to study or meet the character?
She was based on someone, but it wasn't like a bio. That wasn't like a bio role, so there was nobody to study. I went to the audition and I made a choice about the character, and she was like, actually, this person is a little bit more firm. So I made a different choice and then, got cast and went from there. But I love that role. I was so happy with the way the whole movie turned out. Yeah.
And if you're interested in the Houston Cinema Arts Festival, we'll have a link in our social media post. Sara Gaston, thank you for being here, Houston actor and coach. And if you're interested in taking your Tuesday night class or getting some coaching lessons, we'll have a link to your website in our social media post as well.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for being here on Film Friday. Thanks, Sara. All right, we are going to move on to Dr. Tony, and Apprenticeship Week continues here across the nation. HCC, we got some cool stuff going on. Imagine getting an apprenticeship in IT. Yes, it can happen. Tony's got the details with Juliette. Tony?
Yes, I do. Juliette Manning, Apprenticeship Navigator with the Digital and Information Technology COE, Center of Excellence here at HCC. Juliette, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm having an absolutely wonderful day.
Excellent. Well, we have been enjoying placing the spotlight this week on apprenticeship programs. And I understand that you're an apprenticeship navigator. What exactly is a navigator? Apprenticeship navigator.
So apprenticeship navigator, just kind of like the title says, it's going to navigate you to start the beginning process of the apprenticeship all the way through towards the end. And as we know, the apprenticeship industry just altogether is now very popular with the plumbing and different entities. So with IT, it's not a wonder how now we're focusing on information technology, because everything, IT is everywhere. I mean, we can't do anything today without seeing IT. So my job is to meet with employers to help them understand the importance of us bringing our HCC students or their employees together so we can train them and we can together get them to have a apprenticeship where they'll be able to have a job afterwards.
Well, the neat thing too is that I understand we've gotten a substantial grant HCC has from TWC. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, HCC was very lucky. It was a little challenging to have the competition, but HCC, we got it. We got the grant. The grant started September 1st, 2021. So we're really new, and it's going to run all the way to the end of February of 2023. So students, come on if you're interested. We are definitely wanting to have the students and to get them a part to benefit. You will get up to $2,000. That $2,000 covers your tuition. And you'll also get you'll end up with a certification. You'll get your training materials. So we definitely want students to take advantage of this opportunity.
So how many students will this involve, or does it involve?
We are giving 50 lucky students the opportunity. So first come, first serve. If you're interested, please take advantage. And I'm here. I'll be the one you'll be talking to along with my digital and information technology team. Yes.
And what are some of the apprenticeships? I know it's computer science, but what? Computer support specialist, what else?
Yes, thank you. We have a computer information analyst. We have a computer support specialist. We also have system managers. We do cybersecurity. It's a lot of different avenues. We like to kind of start everybody off with things like working with like the help desk, some of the things that everybody can kind of relate to get them more of the soft skills.
Well, now, $2,000 per student or close to $2,000 per student is absolutely wonderful. And I know it covers tuition, books, labs, practice exams. What exactly are those and why is that so important and why does it cost money?
Exactly. So that is the certification, Tony, that helps everybody to actually verify that you learned the material. Employers absolutely love when we get certified because it gives them the comfort to know that you were able to maintain the knowledge and you were able to apply it on that academic test and be able to get a certification. So these certifications can start off easily at $100 and go up to like $600. So this is huge to be able to get this paid for. It's an awesome opportunity.
Now, you have something coming up. It's a round table in January. Tell us what this exactly is. What kind of round table is it?
Yes, we're so excited. So we're going to be, we have a lot of like over almost 20 companies, IT companies that we work with. We're going to be getting together with all of those IT companies and explaining to them the importance and why they would want to go ahead and have our students to be a part of their apprenticeship program. That's going to be happening in early January. So we're going to get enough time for the students to get in right after the holidays, and we'll be all set and ready for our spring semester.
So there is a big push for apprenticeships in all areas. What are some other companies or areas that you know of that are wanting apprenticeships or that are starting to open up apprenticeships?
Oh, Tony, there's so many. I know that like things like electricians, plumbers, I know that we have a lot of different ones, pharmacy technician. There's just a really great need because especially just living here in Texas, better yet Houston, there's just a lot of people moving here. So definitely those are just some of the main ones that I know. And like I said, how vast the IT field is, you can go and do so many different things.
Now, I understand that CompTIA released a national guideline standards earlier this year. Tell us a little bit about that.
Those were just like also like to want that they were focusing on tech support, network support, cybersecurity, things that they've seen that the IT industry is wanting more. So they just wanted to make sure that they were going to cover the need of what they've seen amongst the other IT companies. So, yes.
Now, we all talk about soft skills. I mean, we've got to understand how to technically make something work or whatever, or figure it out. But soft skills is really more important than one might think. Now, does the apprenticeship teach that?
Yes, and that's where I come in. That's where I absolutely love. We're just teaching the students the business acumen, employment skills. We've all called help desk to be able to help them to troubleshoot and understand that customers will be a little frustrated and just be able to assist the customers and keep them calm and happy. It's called help desk ticketing. We all know how important customer engagement is. So we're just trying to start that early. So you'll get the technical and also the soft skills here at HCC. So we're going to get you're going to get the whole package in this grant.
sometimes I think the hardest part is the soft skills.
Yes, I agree.
Figure out the technical stuff, but how do I communicate this to a person who is very upset because their computer isn't working?
And that's my job. Yes, I'm just going to have different scenarios. I'm going to role play and just have the students ready. So when they actually face those opportunities, Tony, they'll be well prepared.
Okay, very good. Now, in this apprenticeship, do you have on-the-job training? How does that work?
Yes, thank you for asking that. We do up to 2,000 hours on the job training, and I just can't express how much I wish I knew about that, because just, coming out of high school and going into any job, even coming out of college, having that hands-on experience is so valuable. So these students will be able to get hands-on training that once they're finished with that and they actually go into the field, they're kind of a step ahead of some of us because they're already going to be familiar with certain things that's going to be required of them.
Excellent, excellent. So you get a certificate, you get on the job training, and you get to network, I assume, right?
I love networking, yes. And I'm sorry, Tony, what was that?
No, I was going to say, I think networking is very important almost in any field. Is that correct?
That is the way of the world of 2021 going into 2022. And that is some things that we have to keep up with the trends and times, Tony. So yes, that's very important. As we all know, IT 20 years ago is not IT from today. So we definitely have to networking and keeping up and being skilled up is very important. And I have an awesome boss, Samir. He does a great job. He's the new dean of the Digital and Information Technology Department of Houston Community College. So he's hardworking, awesome team, and I'm just so happy to join them and be a part of it.
Oh, well, this is wonderful. Well, we are so happy that you're on the show and to tell us about all this wonderful news. This is Juliette Manning, Apprenticeship Navigator with the Digital and Information Technology COE, Center of Excellence. So here at HCC, and we're going to have information about all the stuff in our post after the show. Thank you, yes. Juliette.
Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Tony. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Thank you both. Okay. Great news from IT, especially when you can get your education paid. You can make a few dollars as well, training for an apprenticeship. All right. Let's move on to our HCC news and announcements. Carolina is in the house. We'll let you take this first one. Mesa Open Mic Night is happening, it looks like on Monday, Carolina.
Yes, you're right, Todd. HCC's Music Entertainment Student Association, MISA, is hosting a virtual open mic for students and local artists. And this platform allows artists young and old so they can showcase their musical talents and broadcast them at the same time to the world virtually. So through MISA's social media and live. This is happening Monday, November 22nd at 7 p.m. And you can check the events on the calendar on the district website for the links. And if you have any questions, just email hcc.misa.central@gmail.com.
Okay. All right. Next up, the drama production Everyman. Tony, you interviewed someone about this, I believe, earlier this month.
Yes, I did. And especially I'm also in the drama department, so I kind of have an inside look at that. We're going to have an encore production of Everyman, which is a late 15th century morality play like the Christian novel, The Pilgrim's Progress. In Everyman, it uses allegorical characters to examine salvation and what man must do to attain it. I know that sounds like it may be dreary, but it's not. It's very moving, and you'll enjoy it. Monday, November 22nd, 7 p.m. Just go to Virtual Arts Center YouTube channel, and we'll have the information of how to get there at the end of the show, and enjoy it.
That's right. Okay. Fall virtual student art exhibition. It is happening. The 6 HCC campuses art galleries are closed right now, but that doesn't stop our students from showcasing what they've created this semester. Instagram is the way to go. That'll be our gallery walls for the juried exhibition that features all studio classes from colleges in the HCC system. The opening is Wednesday, December the 1st. Awards will be announced during finals week, which is the week of December 6th through 15th. You can check it out through the HCC Virtual Arts Center. Registration required. We'll have some information in our social media post. And Carolina, you did this not that long ago. It's time to graduate for our students.
I was about to say that. It was actually a year ago. So to acknowledge the hard work of our HCC graduates, the Office of Student Life is creating opportunities for faculty and staff to join the festivities. So Monday, December 13th, you can share congratulatory messages. And the Student Life created a kudos board for faculty and staff, so they can leave their congratulatory messages and remarks with summer and fall 2021 graduates. Now, your messages will also be shared with these graduates on the official grad party. And that's on Saturday, December 11 at 10 a.m. Road to the Future Parade at Stafford campus, very close to where I am actually.
All right. So on to the next announcement, which is going to be taking us about the NFL Pick'em. If you like to pick the teams that win, we all do, especially if you may have a few dollars involved with it. HCC has some practice for you with our NFL Pick'em by Rec Sports. We're not gambling here. It's all for fun.
Absolutely. Pick your they're with you. Absolutely. Again, sorry about that. Favorite NFL team on Saturday, and then you pick them on Saturday, and then Sunday you find out the results. Go to sports at hccs.edu. And you can be a part of this. And I promise I'm going to work on not saying absolutely very shortly.
Okay. All right. We'll see. That's about 4 times since you said we wouldn't. Okay. We just love giving Tony a hard time. Hey, spring registration is upon us. That's right. Spring 2022. Can you believe it? We're already moving through 2021. We're almost to the end of the year. The finish line, well, you can register for spring 2022 classes here at HCC. We've got 5 ways of learning. Some of them are all online. Some of them are hybrid, which is online and in person. And of course, we do have in-person classes. We started them up again in October, and you can go to your favorite HCC campus, register for classes, and attend in person. If you're going to take classes in person, the classes are going to be a lot smaller. So keep that in mind. You'll need to register early to get the class you want, the time you want, the instructor, the campus, all that stuff. Register now. And one location you can do that, hccs.edu/now. Next week on the show, Tony, we've got a number of guests who'll be joining you. I'll be off next week. I'm going to be on a boat, so no one's going to be able to get a hold of me. So I'm just warning you now.
You know how to get away.
Maybe you can message me on Facebook or email me, and I may get back to you, but more than likely I won't, but I'll try.
Okay.
All right. Carolina, thanks for being here. You'll be back with Tony next week. And Tony, enjoy the week next week. All of you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'll see you when we return in the end of the month after next week. We'll see you live one way or another right here, 10 a.m. Monday, when up to the minute.